Hello everybody, welcome. My name is Chef Rob. Today we are going to make some bakery style pumpkin whoopie pies. So we're going to start with the dry ingredients. You can preheat the oven to 350. And you also want to get 2 baking sheets, and you can use either parchment paper or the silicone baking mats, whatever one that you have. But you do want to use one or the other. Okay? So take a large bowl. We're going to take 1.5 cups of the all-purpose flour and just kind of spoon it in there and level that off. So we have our 1 cup and our 1/2 cup as well. This recipe is full of a lot of fall spices, so you're really going to love these. Salt, you want 1/2 teaspoon. This is the regular table salt. And then the baking powder, you want 1/2 teaspoon. This will just give it that nice rise. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. That will kind of make them spread out, what it does in cookies. And now we add a lot of spice to this, so we're going to add actually 1 full tablespoon of the ground cinnamon. Yes, tablespoon. And then with the ginger, we're going to add 1/2 tablespoon of the ground ginger. Then we're going to use the ground cloves, 1/2 tablespoon of that as well too. Okay, just like that. We're going to take these ingredients, mix them up really well, and we're just going to set these to the side. Okay, so now let's take 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and then you want 1 full cup of brown sugar. Just pack that right in there. Now you want to whisk this until it's completely all combined, and then as soon as it's all combined, we're going to add in the pumpkin puree or the solid pumpkin, both the same. Just kind of get that off of the whisk there. Here is the pumpkin. I'm going to show you the can. So it will say pure pumpkin or pumpkin puree on the can. Okay. So I have 1.5 cups measured out. We're going to add that in here. Make sure you get everything out. And we're just going to whisk this in just until it's combined. And then we're going to put 1 room temperature egg in. Make sure you get all those brown sugar crystals all combined. Just drop 1 egg in here. And then the vanilla extract, just 1/4 teaspoon. So you don't need a lot of the vanilla. And we're going to mix that all up. Get that all combined. Make sure it's thoroughly all through it. And now we are going to add the dry ingredients into the wet. So put that in here, and we just want to get it till it's fully combined. You could take a rubber spatula, just get everything off the side of the bowl. As soon as it's mixed really well, just stop. Okay, so this is thoroughly mixed. Make sure you get everything off of here. And then you can either use an ice cream scoop with a little mechanism here, or take a large tablespoon and just go around. Make sure you spread it, that they're not close. Just like that. And we're going to do that with the remaining batter. And we're going to finish up our last 2. So you should have 12 of these. That will make 6 whoopie pies. And you won't have any leftover batter. So you are going to go around with the extra batter and just make sure that they're all the same size. The way to tell if these are done is a toothpick. They should come out clean. And then just take a spatula to the remaining part of this. And we're going to put these in a 350 oven and we'll let them cool. So while the whoopie pies are baking in the oven, let's take care of our icing. And we are just going to take 4 tablespoons of room temperature butter, and we are just going to mix this just until it's nice and smooth, no lumps in it. Okay, so now we're going to take half of a brick of the 8-ounce cream cheese, room temperature. So I have half of it, brought it to room temperature. We want to get that to where it is combined. And just try to get it where you don't see any white or yellow. It's just one consistency. And that was 4 ounces of cream cheese. And now we are going to take 1.5 cups of the powdered sugar, the confectioner's sugar, and then our vanilla extract, a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. Make sure to use the pure. And get that. So when you are baking the pumpkin whoopie pies, make sure that they are cooked all the way through, that you feel the tops of them, or you do put a toothpick into them to come out clean. Sometimes they will take a little bit longer than what the recipe says because everybody's oven is a little bit different. Sometimes they may cook a little bit quicker, so just keep an eye on them. When you are doing that, make sure you switch the pans halfway through. It's very important. So we're just going to bring this until it all comes together. So this could take about 2 minutes to actually bring it together, but once it does come together, just kind of stop as it can kind of lose its consistency. There it is. There's no more powdered sugar there. So we're just going to pop these off. So, and then you can go in with either your finger or if you have a glove, just take all that frosting off. You can make this a day in advance. If you do, just make sure that you wrap it really tight so it stays fresh. Now we are going to wait for the whoopie pies to come out of the oven, and as soon as they are room temperature, nice and cool, we will put these together. So these pumpkin whoopie pies came out of the oven about 15 minutes ago. They're nice and cool. If you press down on them, that you can see they bounce back. That's the way you can tell they are done, or the toothpick needs to come out clean. So we want to take 6 of these and turn them face down, so the flat part up. And we're going to make 6 very large whoopie pies. You could also make minis with this if you make this again, and I'm sure you will. So I'm just going to move my other tray over here. But in the meantime, you could take either an ice cream scoop or a tablespoon and just put a dollop on each pumpkin whoopie pie. And just kind of spread it out nice and evenly, because you can always go back and make sure that they all have the even amount. Okay, and it's the perfect amount of frosting. If you like it sweeter, you can add up to another 1/4 cup of the powdered sugar, but it can be a little bit thick then, a little too thick. And our last one here. Put that right on here. I have a little bit left in the bowl, so you want to go back, use that all up. Take a spatula too if you need to. And this one looks like it needs a little, and the one over here. And then we're just going to put the tops on here, and these are ready. Okay, so we're just going to take these tops here, and when you see all the cream kind of one side, just kind of press it over just a little bit. Don't press it too hard. And with the parchment paper or the silicone baking mat, well, especially the parchment paper, you can see there's no cleanup. You just throw that right away. But they are going to cook nice and evenly with having the parchment paper or the baking mat. So you get 6 whoopie pies. If If you're serving other desserts, you can cut these in half or again make minis. And this is what they look like. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you enjoy these.